How's it going, everybody? This is Ray with his Wondrous Outdoors. Even though we're still inside the truck because it's raining out there, it's a little bit cold, a little bit windy still. Anyhow, this is part 3, okay, of Genesis chapter 1. Hey, I apologize in the last video, the first passage that I put in there said Genesis chapter 3, 3 through 13. It's supposed to be Genesis chapter 1. Anyhow, moving forward. Yeah, we are going to be picking up today in verse 14. We're going to read the last 3 days of creation week. All right, we'll talk about them. So, again, got our sword, so let's get into it. All right, pick it up in 14. Then God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons, and for days and years, and let them be for lights in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth." And it was so. God made the 2 great lights, the greater light to govern the day and the lesser light to govern the night. He made the stars also. God placed them in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth, and to govern the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. There was evening and there was morning, a 4th day. All right, so we remember on day 1, right, going back to verse 3, God created light. Okay, so here on day 4, we see he created the sun, the moon, and the stars. He set them in the expanse of the heaven, which he created on day 2, right? And that's to provide light on the earth. And there was 2 lights, a greater light and a lesser light. That greater light obviously being the sun, the lesser light being the moon. Something I find interesting on here is when he talks about the 2 lights, he says the lesser light to govern the night. So it means the moon is indeed its own light. And I don't know, just something to think about, because we're always told that the moon is reflected from the sun. It gets its light from the sun. But this right here just says a lesser light to govern the night. So anyhow, but it also talks about the stars that he made. He put them all in the expanse of the heavens. That's awesome. He created all this stuff. He set it where he wanted it to be. Okay? And there it is, right? And that was the 4th day. Moving on to verse 20. Then God said, "Let the waters teem with swarms of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth in the open expanse of the heavens." So now we got birds flying in the expanse of the heavens, okay? God created the great sea monsters and every living creature that moves, with which the waters swarmed after their kind, and every winged bird after its kind. And God saw that it was good. God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth." There was evening and there was morning, a 5th day. Okay, so very cool. On this 5th day, we see God creating life. He hadn't created man yet, right? He hadn't created humans, but he has created life. He created all the fish and the sea creatures, all those things living in the water. And then he also created those that fly in the air, right? The birds and stuff like that go into the expanse of the heavens, as he was saying here. But something that's really cool is this is the first time it says God blessed them. So now God gave a blessing. He blessed the birds of the sky and all the sea creatures and told them to be fruitful and multiply. Fill the waters and the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth. So that's really cool. Okay. Now we get to verse 24, and this is the 6th day. Okay. It says, "Then God said, Let the earth bring forth living creatures after their kind, cattle and creeping things and beasts of the earth after their kind, and it was so. God made the beasts of the earth after their kind, and the cattle after their kind, and everything that creeps on the ground after its kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the sky, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him, male and female. He created them. God blessed them, And God said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth, and subdue it, and rule over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the sky, and over every living thing that moves on the earth." Then God said, "Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the surface of all the earth, and every tree which has fruit yielding seed. It shall be food for you. And to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the sky, and to everything that moves on the earth which has life, I have given every green plant for food." And it was so. God saw all that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, a sixth day. Okay, so the sixth day he created the cattle, the creeping things, all things that crawl all over the earth, and he created man in his image. Right? And it says, "Let us make man in our image and according to our likeness." Okay? So we see that. So we're made in God's image. Okay? And it says that when he made man, he said, "Let them rule over the fish of the sea and over the birds of the sky and over the cattle and over all creeping things, over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth." Okay? So we were blessed as well as the birds and the fish. Okay? And he says to be fruitful and to multiply as well, and to fill the earth and to subdue it. We should be subduing the earth. Rule over the fish of the sea and over the birds of the sky and over every living thing that moves on the earth. All right, and then he says again that he gave us the fruits and the vegetables for food. That is the 6 days of creation. Okay? And we see that God is amazing in creating everything, right? Everything has been created through him and for him, right? The chief end of man is, our purpose is to glorify and enjoy God forever. Okay? And he's created all these things for us. And so we need to really be thankful. And something to think about, God created everything. And right now, that in the times we're living in, there's so much chaos and corruption, and some people lose heart in that. But remember, God is still in control, and this is God's world. Even though, things just look crazy, things don't look right, it is still God's world. God is in control. He has a divine stability of the universe. Okay, not just the United States or the earth, but the universe. All right, so you should have hope and joy knowing that Christ is coming back. Right? If you read your word, you know that. So anyhow, guys, I just want to thank you guys for watching. Again, send in your prayer requests, share your praise reports, and we'll catch you next time. I hope you guys enjoyed Genesis chapter 1, this 3-part little series here. Again, if there's any passages you would like me to go over, put it in the comment section. All right, God bless. Love you guys. I'm out.